All right, greetings to Mr. Parekh. We have here Yogen Parekh, an environmentalist, and he has also done a great work. Okay, in chemical engineering is something which I happen to hear about you. So, Mr. Parekh, uh, I mean, you are a Mumbaiker, right? And how exactly was your life in Mumbai? The childhood, the schooling, and all. How are things with you?
I would say I've been a Mumbaiker all my life. I went to school in Mumbai, I went to college in Mumbai, and after
Okay.
graduating from the Mumbai University
Hmm.
uh, in chemistry and
Okay.
physics, I went to US and got my engineering degree in chemical engineering.
Wow.
I was there in US for about 4 years, worked for a while there, and came back. And since then, I came back in 1970. So that's
Okay.
exactly 50 years back. And
Oh,
since last 50 years, I have been in Mumbai.
wow. 50 years. So I think I came to know you are very close to the airport, right?
Yes.
So you have seen the airport without the borders and without
Yeah,
those.
yeah. I have seen the airport. There were two circular, like tents, kind of an airport, Mumbai
Okay,
airport, those days.
great. Because I think I happened to see a picture a long time back of the airport, okay, the Mumbai airport, especially, I don't know, Terminal 2, Terminal 1. It's a big question, okay, what is terminal, what is not terminal? Just one second, sir.
Terminal one is the good one.
Yes, just 1 second, sir. Just 1 second. I apologize. Yes, sir. So, yes, so you have seen the airport, okay, as we were talking about, without the borders and everything.
Yes, yes.
Wow. And how was the life, sir, okay, when you were in school? How exactly was your life? Was that any buses, trams, what?
Yes, there were trams and buses. Certainly, there were trams and buses. Uh, I used to, initial years, I was living close to the school, so I used to walk with my friends to the school. But then I moved, and then, of course, I used to go by bus. And you will not believe, to save 2 paisas, 2 old paisas, I would get down the bus 2 stops before my home and walk the last 2 stops.
Oh, wow. That's an adventure. So I can understand. I mean,
And,
it was a
and
hard time.
let me tell you, the money that I saved, then I would buy a ticket for the test match and go and watch test match in Brabant Stadium with that money.
Oh my God, that's. I think it's only, in your age, people could do it. Okay. Probably right now,
Yeah,
the dynamics are different. And
yeah.
wow, I mean, I'm so glad. I mean, I'm so happy to know that such things have happened with you. So, sir, when it comes to schooling and when it comes to your that youth you had, where did you get that thing in your head that, you have to do a chemical engineering or you have to actually get into the environment? Okay. How exactly that came into your head?
Uh, Certainly, engineering was there in the sense, in those days, either you become an engineer or a doctor, more or less. Everybody would go for science and then go for either engineer or doctor, if the fate permits, let's say. But what is very strange is that I got into environmental engineering. After
Okay.
getting my degree in chemical engineering, I came to Mumbai, started working,
Hmm.
got a job with great difficulty. After 5 months trying, I got a job
Okay.
and started working for a small water treatment company.
Okay.
And that was the only job in my life that I applied for. Subsequently, whatever professional work I did, it was more like by invitation. All the jobs came to me
Oh, wow. I mean,
on a platter
that's.
and by invitation. And I, I'll be very honest with you. Those days I didn't even know, as they say, I didn't even know how to spell environment. And I was offered this job as the chief engineer for environment work for a World Bank project for Bombay Municipal Corporation.
Okay.
I said, okay, I'll take it. And that's how my environmental career began. That was in 1976. And since
1976. Okay.
1976, I have been an environmentalist. So 44 years now.
4 years. So as an environmentalist, I think, I mean, I'm sorry, maybe, okay, I'm just going a little off track, but looking at the environmentalist, okay, the people usually say that, okay, being an environmentalist means that you have to go green, you have to be a vegan, or you have to make sure that, you think of, organic stuff. You just use organic stuff and keep going ahead instead of using plastic and chemicals. Is that something which is right, or the meaning and the objective and all are
Okay,
different?
okay. I think let me clarify. There
Mhm.
are environmentalists and there are environmental professionals.
Okay.
I am an environmental professional. I am an environmental consultant. I may
Okay.
not be practicing environmentalist. I may
Mhm.
not be eating organic food, but I am an environmental consultant
Mhm.
advising industry and maybe public bodies and so on preservation of environment,
Okay.
environmental pollution control.
Okay. So there are two different things. Fine.
Yes.
So, I mean, looking at the painting which you have at the back, right, sir, okay, I can actually understand, okay, how good you are as an environmentalist. By the way, sorry to ask, okay, I know it's a little. By the way, the painting which you have at the back, is there any hidden meaning in it, or is that just a painting by some
No, no. They
great?
say that there is always a woman behind a successful man. So this painting is done by my wife. This is
Oh,
an oil painting of Banaras Ghat. I don't know
oh,
how
Banaras
clearly you are
Ghat.
going to see it. Banaras Ghat, a ghat in Banaras.
I got you.
Done
I
by
got you.
the Ghat.
That's awesome. So that's awesome. So now coming back to the COVID and being an environmentalist, I think so. Because of this Corona, May, June, or July probably was really clean, right? I mean, we happen to, I mean, know that Mumbai had the cleanest air. Bangalore was, cleaner than it was. And
Mhm.
Pune, people used to just switch off lights and fans and sleep at night, okay, the way they used to do a long time back. So,
Mhm.
do you think? I mean, once the corona, I mean, right now, nobody is trying to, think of what's corona is. Okay, we're just moving around, eating, drinking, everything. So, is that the people who have done whatever is the problem right now, or is that something else is the problem?
Are you referring to the climate or are you
It's the
referring to
climate,
corona?
definitely
Climate.
climate.
Climate, I think we all saw that when we stopped our major activities, and by major activities, I would say the transportation and the industry.
Mm-hmm.
These two major activities were almost had come to almost a dead stop. And as a result, we stopped or we reduced the pollution of the environment to a great extent. And we saw the result, we felt the result.
Mm-hmm.
Even the ocean, my friend who lives uh, on the seafront at Dadar, he rang me up one day and he said, "Why don't you come over? You come and stand in my balcony. The ocean is so clear and blue. You will be very happy as an environment person. That ocean is so blue." So I would say all our water bodies as well as the air cleaned up, got cleaned. Certainly, yes.
Yes, I
But
think it. Mhm.
I can tell you that it is not going to be possible to sustain that level of environmental cleanliness or purity because ultimately things have to happen. We can't all be sitting at home and not traveling or not working
True,
in the
true.
industry.
It's not practical. So,
One has to we have to have a balance
mhm. I
between what
agree.
we produce and what we pollute, and have a balance between production and pollution, and then yes.
I completely agree. So tell me one thing. So what was a turning point in your life? I mean, was there a time when you literally felt, okay, that move changed the whole course of your life, and or else, okay, it just changed the gears and then you started shooting up, okay, or moving ahead on high gears. Is there any moment in your life as such?
Yeah, I would say the real change of gear was when I joined this environmental company for the World
Okay.
Bank project. That was the really complete turning point. Means here I was getting into something which I did not know anything about, but it really interested me so much and enthused me so much that 45 years now, and I'm still into it. So
Wow,
that was
amazing.
the there have been a minor, what you say, turns and twists
Hmm.
in one's life that they always come. For example, I was very happily working in this environmental company, running this environmental company, and then I happened to meet the commercial consul at the U.S. consulate, and
Wow.
he was looking for an environmental professional. Somehow we got talking and friendly, and then he said, I'm looking for an environmental professional for this new project of the US government. But last 3 months, I have advertised in the papers, I have interviewed, but I am not finding the right person. And I sometimes get into mischievous mood. So I pulled his leg, although very senior man, commercial counsel. And I said, Mr. So and so, I will not take his name, Mr. So and so, I thought you are a very clever man and I had great respect for you, but now I have second thoughts. He started laughing. He said, what do you mean? So I said, the best environmental professional in India is sitting in front of you for last 1 hour and you are saying you can't find one. And he laughed like you are laughing just now. He laughed and he said, are you serious? I said, I'm serious. I'm the best environment professional. Why do you doubt it? He says, no, no, are you serious? Are you ready to come and work for me? And I said, oh my goodness, now where have I landed myself into? But that was a slight turn, and I worked for the US government for 1 year to
Wow.
initiate their environmental US Asia Environment Partnership in India as the founder director for
Hmm.
1 year. But government job is a government job. I am a, what you would call a hands-on man. I would like to see something that I have designed or I have created there and working rather than pushing papers from
I
left to right.
agree. I agree.
So he also told me, he said, okay, I am really happy that you work for 1 year at least for me because I knew that this is not your cup of tea. I said, okay. So that's a slight turn or twist on the road. But the
That's
major twist is entering environment, yes.
That's great. So, Mr. Parekh, I think I don't know. It looks like I would like to know one message you'd like to give it to your friends, your colleagues, your family, and the whole India and the whole world. What do you think should we take further? I mean, take from you one wisdom, okay? Because you're an environmentalist, I think we need you. People like you, we need. Yes, go on.
Ah, there is, see, first of all, environment is such a vast area. There are
Hmm.
so many aspects of it. The environment is air, environment is water, environment is land. I would say even we human beings, everything. I think environment means one and all, everything. So telling you in one sentence what one should do is difficult. But still, I would say that no matter what you do or no matter what you use, take a minute to think that am I doing right? Is it really necessary? And what effect it will have on the environment or on the whole. And probably you will start finding answers yourself. That this piece of paper I am throwing, no, I should not be throwing. I should be keeping it and then maybe giving it to Pastiwala. But
Wow.
this, you should take a second to think about whatever you are doing. And I think then you will inculcate this habit of
Hmm.
being environment friendly or in your language, environmentalist.
Environmentalist. Okay, because mean, the reason I actually took this point is because I felt many people are misusing that term. They're actually misusing that term. Okay, maybe they're selling some organic stuff and they're telling themselves they're environmentalist, or they're trying to do something else. Again, they're trying to take that label, and it's such a label where people can't even question. We all feel it's an NGO, it's some
Mm.
kind of a non profit organization, okay, and maybe it's just a revolution or a drive or campaign or something. Just join it. That's what we feel. That's the reason, okay, I kept asking that question again and again. So, Mr. Parekh, I mean, and I know, I mean, I've taken the message, okay, which we usually take, but I forgot to ask you a few questions. So, your kids, okay, your kids are in India or they abroad?
I have only one daughter,
Okay.
and she is married and settled in Switzerland.
Oh, wow. Wow, Mr. Parekh. That's such a full stop, but I understand. I completely understand. I'm really happy. I'm really happy. I thank you, and I thank your whole family and everybody that you actually came to my show. First of all, I'm so glad, Mr. Parekh. We need people like you in India, and we really want active environmentalists. Okay, moving around the city, explaining, telling the slum, the middle class people, the rich people. Okay, how they're exploiting or abusing the nature, I should say, because they are doing that. Okay. Uh, I would just say thank you, Mr. Parekh, okay, for giving me your precious time.
My pleasure, and thank you for
Thank
having
you,
me
sir.
on your show. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Good day.